Hello everyone and welcome to the YouTube channel of BeingACCA. This is Tushita Gupta, ACCA affiliate, and in the coming videos we are going to be solving the pre-March exams. So the pre-March exams are one of the most useful resources towards the preparation for your March 24 attempt. Please be very careful when you are preparing for you are solving this exam. This should be done under proper exam conditions, timing yourself, and these videos should ideally be used towards bridging the gap between the understanding and your actual execution of the exam questions. So here we go. The following questions, the questions that are just going to follow are actually a repetition from your pre-September March, which was a pre-September exam, which was there in 2023. So these are one of the same questions. So if you happen to have appeared for the exam back then also, then you would probably remember these questions. So here we go. So let's get started. We have Cast Company operates in a dollar domestic currency environment. It expects to receive 100,000 euros from an overseas customer in 3 months' time. The spot exchange rate is okay, this is the exchange rate that is given to us, and the 3-month forward rate is also given to us. The following interest rates are available to Cast Company. These are the deposit and borrow rates for euros as well as dollars. So the first requirement wants us to find out the value of a forward market hedge to the nearest dollar. So the forward market hedge, what would it be worth, right? So the forward rate is given to us. We have a receipt of 100,000 euros, and we're going to have to convert this into dollars. So we have the exchange rates available as 1.905 and 1.935. So which one are we going to be using? We are going to get lesser money from our from the dealer who is on the market. So we're going to have to use the higher rate over here, which is 1.935. So 1.935, if I just divide that, I get I will get my answer over here as 51680, and this is what I will type over here. Please remember that we do not have to use any commas while we are typing our answer. You plainly just type your answers without any commas or decimals, right? So I have written my answer over here as 51680, and I will now move on to the next question. Right. So the next question wants us to find out the amount to be either deposited or borrowed now in dollars to hedge the euro receipt using a money market hedge to the nearest dollars. Okay. So in 3 months' time, I'm going to have 100,000 euros, right? So they would have to apply the euro borrowing rate for 3 months. So the euro borrowing rate is given to us as 4% per year. So if I just divide that by, if I just convert it for a yearly basis, I want my interest rate to be for 3 months. So this is yearly, so divided by 12 and multiplied by 3. So this becomes 4 by 12, multiply this by 3, I get 1%. So 1% is my rate for 3 months, right? And now I can find the number of euros that we should be borrowing now. So the euros that we have to borrow now will become nothing but 100,000 divided by 1.01, because that is the interest rate that we just found out, right? So with this, I will get 100,000 divided by 1.01. I get my answer as 99009.901. So this is what I'm getting for the euros to be borrowed. And then we have to give our answer in dollars. So we find out that what is the dollar values of these euros right now. So if I have these many euros at the moment, these are my euros at the moment, and then I want to exchange them into dollars at present. So I'm going to be using my spot rates, right? And which spot rate am I going to use? the higher one. Why? Because the dealer will always take advantage. If I go to sell my euros and buy dollars, I will have to use my higher rate, which is, so I'm just going to divide 99009.901 by the higher rate, which is 1.845, and if I just divide that 1.845, I have my answer as 53,663.903. So if I have to round it to the nearest dollar, since this is 0.9, so I'm just going to write this as 53,664. I will type my answer. My answer is 53664. So I have typed my answer, and now I am moving on to the next question. So this question wants me, which two of the following statements are true of forward contracts? So we need to find out which statements are true with respect to forward contracts. So forward contracts, let's read the statements. They are traded on exchanges. So forward contracts are over the counter contracts, and hence they are not traded on the exchanges. That is why this statement is wrong. Moving on to the next one. They fix the rate for a future transaction. Yes, this is what they do. They are your binding contracts, and they will fix your rate for the future transaction. So yes, this is true. They can be renegotiated after agreement. No, these are binding contracts. They cannot be negotiated. Once the agreement has been done, they cannot be either sold to someone else, or even the terms cannot be renegotiated. Then the next option that we have is they create a binding contract between two parties. This is absolutely correct. So moving on to the next question. CAS company has decided to hedge this transaction using a currency option. Which of the following statements is true? So we are given with a few options that CAS company could use. So let's have a look. CAS company should arrange a euro call option. So if they go for a euro call option, this would not fulfill their purpose over here. CAS company will pay for the option when it exercises it. No option, you still have to pay the premium as soon as you are buying these options. CAS company will enter a binding contract to complete the trade. No, CAS company could buy the option on an exchange. So yes, this is definitely true. They can buy an option on the exchange to hedge their transaction using the currency options. Why the first statement can also be further explained by saying why they will not go for a call option is because they are going to receive the money in euros itself, right? And they want to sell these euros to get dollars later, because their domestic currency is dollars. So why will they buy a call option? They would rather buy an option in which they get to sell the euros. So they will buy a put option rather for euros, right? So let's move on to the next one. Right. So which of the following is an attribute of a currency future rather than a currency swap? So we have to compare futures versus swaps over here. Let's see. Carries exposure to counterparty risk? No, not really. Exchanges debt from one currency to another? No. So the main difference between futures and swaps is that these are standardized. The futures are standardized contracts to buy or sell a specific amount of currency, whereas your swaps are an agreement to exchange the debt from one currency to another. So there is still a counterparty risk in swaps, right? So this is the attribute of currency futures, that they are standardized contracts to buy or sell a currency. With this, we have come to an end to this question, and in the coming videos we're going to be solving the section C of this mock. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.